and we're going to do about 30 minutes of Asana training. Looks like it's all live. Got two screens here, but Asana is our project management tool, and we want to give you guys a great head start, a good way to get up on a good footing. Any questions, ideas, you can also email them back to me. I'm at derek@beyourbestfoundation.org. And let's go. I'm going to share my screen with you and hop over to Asana. Okay, so when I go over here, let's start off to make sure I've got, there we go, what you need to do first. So let's go back into the project we know. I'll minimize these other things here. There we go. So you see I've got Asana, and we have several teams, so ignore those. Those are other teams that we work with and other projects that we are under. These are ones that I'm not part of. Under Best Volunteers, we've been focusing under the volunteer ideas. And here at the top was our Asana training section. So you kind of learn a couple things. In fact, I already removed one of them. Goodness, that was part of the earlier training. And here's where I just want to keep track and let you guys add stuff to you as a particular person, what your skills and abilities are. And you can add things as you like. Down below are projects, potential projects that we had ideas about. What do we want to do? How do we want to organize it? Who wants to do what? So these are tasks. And you can see I can grab them here, and I can even select, by holding down the Shift key, multiple projects and drag them anywhere I want, up and down. Very nice. You can't do that too much on your phone app. What we're going to do now is start off first by saying, you're in our foundation.org account, and I want you guys to add pictures. Step one, add pictures. And you'll go to My Profile Settings. And here you can either modify your name to a nickname, but keep it simple. Change your profile photo right there. Add anything about yourself. I don't know when we'll look at this. But the next thing, you update yourself, update your profile. The next thing is your to email, and they send activity messages and daily reminders. So this is mine. I have other projects that we aren't focused on. These are my personal stuff. But here in the foundation, this is my email, and you can set it to whichever you'd like. And you can check or uncheck these boxes to get reminders about reminders or activity in your email. If you uncheck both these, I still get my Asana app reminders. So I leave them unchecked because I'm used to checking in daily. If you're still getting in the habit, you might want to leave one of these on just to bug you and keep you checking in. All right. From email, you can also verify this, which one's going to what. These are more advanced things if you want to reset your password or maybe change the background theme on when you're on your desktop instead of your app. So that's the profile settings. All right. Next, we wanted to make sure you know how to check your inbox and your tasks. So your inbox is where you get any updates for comments or tasks that have been moved, projects, things like that. Anyone that adds you as a follower, you will get updates. And here, looks like Bobby couldn't be there, but we talked about other things. So I said, all right, I can click on it and see the task that it's in and some of the conversations we've been having. She even commented under a new task we created for fun. And I can say, all right, I've acknowledged this, check it off, and look, I'm all done with my messages. If you follow too many tasks and put yourself on too many tasks, you will get lots of inbox. So be careful about how more deliberate about what you add yourself to when you're following other people's tasks. Of course, you'll be default as the owner of your own tasks. And when anyone comments on those, you'll get those messages. All right. Let's see here. Oh, so there's your inbox. You want to check that at least every other day or so, and it should give you a little bell or something on your phone that shows. Now for my tasks, these are my personal ones. They're in all the projects, all the teams that I'm part of. You can see the different colors you can create, and you can even click on these and go to that particular thing. But I organize mine typically by due date, so I know what's coming up first. You can also see things with attachments or by calendar. Instead of viewing them in this format, it'll give you a calendar, and you'll see when things are coming up. Give it a second here. There you go. So you can kind of see in the future and get an idea of what's going on. But typically I'll be viewing mine. Let's go back to the list. By due date, and you can also do just tasks, things that have been coming in the order that they've been coming in. These were just silly ones that I created for fun. So these are the most recently created new tasks, even if others assign them to you, and you can organize them by different things. All right, great. So that gives you your inbox and your My Tasks. Let's see, already checked off those. Okay, the next thing is how to manage projects. So when we go here under volunteer ideas, notice when I click on the project here or in the overview, let's say I'm in one of the tasks, it shows me those. But if I click on overview of this project, it'll show me kind of a status over here. You can scroll up and down and it'll show me a description which you can describe and a project owner. Well, since these were just ideas, I didn't necessarily have a project owner, but I could put myself in here and type in Derek. I'm the project owner. There's a little reminder down there. And if the project is due, like maybe I'll say, hey, you guys, we need to be done with this and have our projects decided by the 20th. So there we go. There's a lot to do. That's unrealistic because we're wanting to do a lot of things and some people can't coordinate yet. So let's put it off into early, maybe the week after July. There we go. And what I recommend is each week, oh, actually, hold on. What we want to do first is, as you look through these potential ideas and projects, I've just created tasks out of them. But as you kind of glance at them and see where your skills are, what your love and passion is, and maybe some ideas that you want to add one. Maybe you just want to type in something and say, I think this would be a great project. Trying to think of an example. But someone came tonight and said, hey, what about just a general website project? Like who's going to manage the website? I'm just going to write that, management. And they would put in the description here and get some ideas going. Now this is just a test, so we're creating ideas for projects. Once we finalize who wants to do what and really say, I'm in, I'm committed, we will then take this task and move it into a project. Now we've already done that tonight. I clicked this button to create a new project for Sarah Durr. Pronounce that right, Durr? Sarah Durr and Bobby Church-Peck. I asked their permission. I said, hey, I'm going to create a random project for you because they were here under, oh, you can't see it anymore. They had a potential project called Service Opportunities. This used to be in our volunteer ideas. We drug it over to this one, and now it's in here. And we're going to create a project from it. So what we do first is we would have began the project, and it would show blank here. We assign Sarah. There's no due date yet. We'll establish that over the next little bit, and maybe this is just a generic one where we maintain service projects and opportunities. So you can put a description here saying maybe what activities you want to do. And then each week, this is what I'm asking, is that each project owner on a Saturday night or kind of over the weekend, definitely by Monday morning, that they update the status by writing in what the last week is included. What's going on here? Oh, I guess you start typing. How the project went last week and what you plan on doing this upcoming week. It can be just a few sentences, but then you can also alert me saying, hey, did a great job, or I'm going to be out of town this week. Maybe it's going to be red, and it'll alert visually saying, hey, Derek, look out, I'm out of town, and don't just start sending me stuff. And other project owners, and it'll say, kind of have to double click it sometimes. It's weird. Don't really know how that works. Come on, you guys. You got this. Let's see if that works. There you go. I guess you're going to have to just hover over it. So it'll kind of warn me when I look at the project that something is going on. And that's kind of it. And here's kind of the update for me or for anyone else who jumps on and wants to be involved of what's going. And you'll see here we've created 4 tasks for this project really recently, so it looks like a lot, but you'll see this thing move up as you complete the tasks. Very fun. All right. So once we have this project and the status updates that I want you to do by Monday morning or Saturday night, I actually created a new task here called, I kind of gave it some stars so it got my attention, called a weekly status update. I assigned it to the project, or to me if I were Sarah. I assigned it to myself. And I'd make the due date on a Sunday, 12 a.m. or whatever you want to put it as for yourself. And then there's a button over here saying repeats. So I clicked on this and changed it to weekly, every 1 week on Sunday. And then I just press enter. And it's set to repeat. And I think that once you check it, let's see what happens. I wonder when it'll show back up. I don't know. So it'll be fun kind of experiment and learn from it. Definitely try out a lot of things, play with it, try maybe repeat this every day. It looks like it's gonna, yeah, who knows? Repeats weekly on Sunday. I guess it'll pop back up. So I'll uncheck that so that it stays here. But every one of you should have this in your project when you claim your project. Whichever one you say, I really want this, and we'll say, let's go. Create your project and add this weekly status update so that we can really keep on top of it, because it's easy to let these things slide. And even if you just check it and say, hey, I didn't work on it this week, that's great too. Not great, but it's good to help keep us in the loop. And that is pretty cool because all of us can be working on stuff and get the foundation moving forward in awesome fashion. So it's going to be incredible. All right. Mind excessive tasks. All right. The next thing we want to do is mastering tasks, task creation. Oh, but not before. When you create your project, go up here to the members. Click on that, and you'll see I already added. I was the only project owner when I did this because I created it. So I had to add anyone I want. I can add Tara. I can add, well, Sarah's already in here, but I would have added her that way and added them. Although everyone in the Best Volunteers team, everyone right here, can edit. You can make it private so that, let's see what happens. Private to only members. Make it public. That way people can jump in and see what's going on and just say, hey, I might be able to help with this task you're working on, or hey, that sounds a lot like a lot of fun. And then you'll get your inbox full of visitors that say, do you mind if I join? Or hey, do you mind if I create a task? Or, and you will then become kind of the project owner and manager, which is a fun role to have, because then you get to coordinate your own teams in a mini project. There's the last thing with the project. That's how you add them there. And if you want to add them to the whole team, let me know, and I'll invite and manage members to the whole team. Otherwise, you just have project members that you can even invite outside guests. You can go up here and add your spouse or a friend and say, hey, you may not be part of our team, but I want you to help me with this project, and you need to use Asana. Great. They'll have access to this project, and that's it. Nothing else unless you request me to add them as a team member of the Best Volunteers. So there you go. It's a really cool feature, creates good permissions and good definition between who gets to see what. Now on to mastering the tasks. So you see how I have kind of a couple random tasks. I type these up just for kicks. They can be ideas, but here's one that's very deliberate. Maybe I'll put that on top and keep it up there. And I can even, as you've already seen, highlight this project as something fun. And don't know if I can highlight this one. Nope. Anyway, as you're creating tasks, you want to kind of organize them the right way. Go in here. Each task that you create, I want you to think of SMART. So you guys know it from the BEST program. It's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. And so, of course, the relevant, it doesn't matter to you. You decide that by putting the task up. But by being specific, make sure that when you type something, read it to yourself and say, is this actionable? Because yes, it may be specific and telling exactly what you want to do, but can you take action on it? And measurable, can you check the box? Do you know exactly when you will be able to check the box? Or is it just something like, you know, talk about service opportunities? When's that going to happen? It's very vague. Set a due date. What if you do something specific like set meeting at library for brainstorm? Okay, well, Sarah's going to be in charge of that, and she's going to do that by this Saturday. And maybe someone will want to say, this Saturday at 5 p.m., invite these people. And they'll list people, and you can even start adding followers down here. I'll delete these ones since Terry doesn't need to know anymore. See, Bobby, Sarah. And then you can come down here and start chatting about it. And as you see here, there's links because I did this. Hey, at, start typing a name, and it will recognize them. And immediately, oh, let's see if I can do this. And at Tara, there's Tara. She's currently not part of this task, as you see down here below. But when I click it and I comment, she's added. So that's just another way to do it. You can either come down here and add followers and start typing, and they'll add. But I'll take her off of that one. So that's just a couple ways to do it, to get people to follow and to see what's going on in this task. Another thing with the tasks is that you want to set the due dates. This is the timely. So make sure that not every single task, but the great majority, really try to pin it down with a due date. Even if you have to come back and say, I got to move this, no problem. At least you're being deliberate and you're recognizing when you need to adjust. And maybe next time you'll be better about estimating a due date. But if you don't set one, it doesn't really happen. That's my learning experience. All right. Subtasks are also kind of cool. You can either do them up here and you see a little shortcut, Tab S, a lot of shortcuts here. Tags are Tab T, nothing there. Tab Heart, Tab H, if you support the task, just want to vote on stuff. But a subtask. So there you go. I already created one. Like maybe I said, I want Derek to book the meeting at the library by Saturday. And I click on this, I assign it to him. Maybe something else would be send agenda for a meeting, whatever. And I want that to be sent out by maybe Monday, since the meeting's going to be on. Oh, I better move that. Maybe our meeting's on Wednesday. So then I'll assign someone else and I can add comments to that, but it won't show up here. It gets a little cluttered, so careful about adding stuff here. Be very specific in the subtask. Anyway, just a little way to keep some of your tasks in here instead of starting to fan them out too many here. If it's related directly to the task and it's pretty simple, put it in the subtask. You can add subtasks to an Android phone app. It doesn't let you add them. It lets you see them, but you just can't edit them. Just a little side note that might help. Because I wish they had that. Maybe the feature will be available soon. All right. So once we have the tasks over here, you notice I have little sections. Well, the only thing you have to do to create a section header is put and semicolon, or is that a colon? Put a colon after it. And then I just press enter, and poof, I can start talking about locations. Maybe contact library, contact Mesa Amphitheater, whatever. So whatever other things, maybe you want to contact different places. Church building. You want to have just tasks saying, yes, I've done this, yes, I've done this, you have to have done this, and you can assign people. Oh, even let you click the head there. Also assign Sarah to that one. Poof, she's now the person owner. All right, we're almost through the tasks, and we've done a lot with shortcuts. So you've seen a lot of these little due dates, tab delta, tab A. What I think of to do that, but we'll put it back to Sarah. Go, there we go. And of course, I'll probably delete these because they're just for fun. Hey, look at that. The next one showed up. When did that happen? Anyway, so I think we've covered most of the sections, the tasks. You see how you can move things around. You can select a couple of them and say, well, these belong down in our monthly service or in our contacts or under the workshop. We're planning a kind of sub projects here. And that's just a good way to organize your stuff. And usually when things come in, maybe they'll come in on the top and you need to deliberately drag them down. And maybe you want to organize them differently by due date. It'll reorganize them. Then you can put them back in the to do and it'll put them back in the right order. Depending on how many you've got and how you want to view them. To close out, there's two more things, and it is sending emails to your project. So for example, sometimes there's official emails where you say, hey, there's this person involved and I've been sending a couple email threads back and forth. And you don't just want to see if I can get my email over here. Here we go. Let's say I have my personal email here. Go back to some other stuff. Say Richard and I are emailing. Great. Gonna move forward? Okay, whatever it is. And I say, I want to forward this into an Asana task. So Asana actually has an email called x@mail.asana.com. Once you type it once, it just comes up, so it's easy to remember X. And if I add a name here, like Derek, then Asana will recognize that as me being the owner of whatever task is going to happen. And there's other keywords I can type here you can learn in Asana guides. Just go to asana.com and look up stuff. And it will automatically create some defaults for your task. But if I just send this to Asana with my name there, let's see what happens. Okay, so I know, let's see, some of the words were so great. I'll type in those and search for it. So it should show up under my task. And if I just go to task to do, it should be the most recent one. Here it is. So see how I just viewed it as new tasks, most recently incoming task to do. So now I've got the whole email thread here, including all the people who were emailed, the copy, this and that, has all the items there, except the attachments, I believe. But at least you can get an idea. Well, I'll delete that. Check it off. But that's a great way when you have things that you want to say, hey, Derek, I got this great email. Here's the full thread. And you can send it to x@mail.asana.com, whatever that was. So there you go. The last thing that we wanted to cover was how you invite guests, but I guess we've already done that. When you're on your particular task, you simply go up here and you invite members and add people however you'd like to the project and inform them about Asana and teach them, maybe send them this link. But that's it. So the next step for you guys is to go in here to the volunteer ideas, dig through these projects, add your own if you like, comment, chat back and forth for the next week. Really get some ideas going. Add people. Like if you say, hey, this person's great, add them and start saying, hey, Bob, I think you'd be great for this task. What do you think? Ask me if we can just add them as a member to this project, which is just fine. The more besties, the better. We just want to make sure that they're deliberate and are ready to start with Asana. Because if you don't use it, it's going to be useless and it's going to get overwhelming. So when you pick this and you say, Derek, I'm ready, let's take it, We'll create your project and move on from there and start fanning out some good tasks to get you going. So there it is. You can email me, Derek@BeYourBestFoundation.org, and we'll get any questions answered. Can't wait, you guys. Thanks so much. See if this ends all right.